Hi there, Aquarius. This is Carrie at wooingnature.life. Welcome to March and welcome to the channel and welcome to yet another relationship reading courtesy of Pisces. It is Pisces season, so Pisces is making the decisions around here. And Pisces wanted to talk about relationships, so we're going to talk about them again. Okay? So this one is going to be a little different. I'm going to use some different cards than I did last month, and then also for your elements reading, because we talked about relationships for your elements too. So if you want to know about what's happening with your pod, with your element, with the other zodiac signs that share your element, Aquarius, then you'll go to your air elements. And I think that one was from new moon to new moon. The next one will be full to full. Okay. And maybe we won't be talking about relationships, but maybe we will. We're just going to stay open, okay? So this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to read from the Enchanted Map Oracle, Colette Baron Reed. I use these in my practice for the relationship map, which is a 2, 4, or an 8-week program that we do. It's really just a process that you go through to help you understand yourself and your significant others in relationship to each other. So we talk about communication, we talk about setting boundaries, and we also get into the intuitive side of that. So we use our intuition, we use our cards to get to a deeper place where we can communicate from and hopefully get some different answers that can help solve some problems that may have been going on for a while, or just so that you can get direction on how to continue to move an already wonderful relationship forward. You know, you may have reached a plateau. You might want to do some work together. Some families are embarking on going into businesses with each other. So this is also a really great tool for that, because it'll teach you how to communicate with your family as family, but then communicate with your family as business partners as well. So check that out. That's on the website, wooingnature.life. Go to services, and then you'll look for relationship map there. That has some information, but if you have other information or that you need, or other questions that you want to have answered, then reach out to me through the email, and that's at Kerri, Kerri at wooingnature.life, and I will check that out and answer whatever it is that you have questions about that. But I thought it would be good to bring these cards into the picture for this, and then you can see how I'm using them for this reading, and it'll give you a sense of how they also may be used in that for the relationship map. All right, so this is for Aquarius, all my Aquarius people. And I am getting 3 cards, just 3 cards. And this is for all the people who are going to be connecting on this line. I don't know who those people might be, but I know that Spirit does. I know the Creator does. I know the Creator has a master plan. And this is a part of it. So we are just looking for 3 cards to communicate to all of our Aquarius people that are on the line. All Aquarius people that are part of the cipher. All right, there we go. That's the 3rd one. Appreciate that. All right, so we're going to look at what we've got here. We've got things coming together. So for some of you, you may have been looking for a love relationship, and finally it's starting to materialize. Hold on one second. This is the 4th video, so my voice. All right, so things are coming together for you. You are reaching a different level of heart space, and you're also operating from a different level from your heart. And that is because you have just gone through an ascension, and you're also expanding. So wherever you ascended to during the last ascension phase, you're now expanding that territory, and that's going to make your heart space grow more. And that's also going to, there may be some challenges here because you're going to have to grow together with your partner. Okay. So to me, that spells communication. This spells it. Okay. So I'm getting solitude here, which means that you may be needing this time of solitude to do some self-reflecting, okay? Take that time. You need it. Even if you are nourishing and nurturing a relationship right now, even if this is a new relationship, which means that you have a tendency to spend more time with that other person or with those other people. So that's all well and good, but you still need time for self-reflection. So make sure that you're balancing out. Make sure that you're balancing out. And I know that the tendency is you want to be with the person all the time and you want to spend every waking hour with them. And especially as you're growing, but you also need to maintain the balance. And then you have the magic stream here, which I always think it's a really interesting card because again, there's the reflection of the water. It's coming out of this time out for self-reflection, but from that it's new, it's brighter, and the territory around it then becomes more lush. And then when you look into the heavens, it's like things are pouring into you and pouring into the relationship from areas that you didn't even know existed. Okay? Because this is coming out of the sky. This is like a portal opens up and pours you out a blessing. So to me, I'm seeing this as a process for you and your partner. I'm seeing this as a process for you and your partner. And it's so that you all can grow this thing together. And it is coming in with the number 8. So I think that you and a partner, I'm feeling strongly that this is you and your partner. This could be a new relationship where you're budding and growing together, but there's something much bigger that you all are going to do together. And so your heart space has to grow together. Okay, that's the importance of this. And you both need it. You and the other person need it. And when that happens, then that's when the flow can continue to come. That's when it prevents the relationship from getting stagnant, really is what it is. It prevents the relationship from getting stagnant. So if there are timeouts, if there are partner breaks, I'm not talking about bad partner breaks where you've had a fight and now you got to break up. I'm talking about that time alone when you just need a moment to yourself. You might not want to call today, or maybe I didn't talk to you as much as I talked to you yesterday, or maybe I didn't call you tomorrow, but I'll call you the next day. That kind of thing is what keeps the relationship fresh. It's balance. Everything is about balance. Okay, Aquarius, so don't overdo it and don't let somebody overdo it with you. Communicate what you're talking about. Say, honey, you know what? I love you to death. I just need a day. Okay, and I'm going to call you first thing in the morning. Matter of fact, I'm going to call you at 5 o'clock in the morning just so that you will know that I'm thinking about you. That's how you give in a relationship and keep people from worrying to death or making them feel insecure and that kind of stuff. Now, if the person is insecure on their own, you can't fix that part. But you can, you know what I'm saying. Okay, so moving right along to the tarot section of your video. I am reading from the Sun and Moon Tarot. This is one of my favorite relationship reading decks because look at that card in the front. Look at that love. Isn't it beautiful? And there's so many different images like that in this deck. And it's light and it's free and it's young and it's playful. And I think sometimes we need that when we're talking about issues, okay? So, first issue is 9 of Cups. Not feeling lucky, not feeling yourself, not feeling like you can really, truly be yourself in this relationship. This is some of y'all's solitude moments, okay? So for some of you, you're new, you're budding, and you need to balance. But for others of you, you're really feeling this one. And you're feeling it because you're not feeling happy. You're not feeling yourself. You're not having enough time to rejuvenate, reassess your own joy needs, okay? Because you're focused on somebody else's. All right, so this is another group of people here. Now we're getting down to the nitty gritty. All right. What else for my Aquarians, please? Thank you. Yep. So you're feeling depleted, or somebody else is feeling depleted in the relationship. You're feeling blah. You feel like you don't have anything to say. You're not feeling like there's anything else left in the relationship. Before you close the door, get your time out. Okay? Get the time that you need. I know it's hard to articulate. It's hard to get people when you have to tell somebody that you need some time. It's hard because you don't want to hurt their feelings. And sometimes it's not that you want space because you want to be with somebody else. And it's not that you want space because you're looking for something else or because you're really bored. It could be because you're bored, but it could be not that you're bored, but you just need time to yourself. And so you have to say that. You have to express that. Making the decision to do that is going to come from the time alone. Making the decision is going to come from the time alone. So you're going to have to get some space in your relationship for you to think this through. And then you're going to have to think it through enough to be able to say to the person in a way that you really feel like they can absorb it, okay? Which means knowing your partner, which means knowing which buttons you don't want to push, which means making a commitment not to push them, and also making a commitment to letting them know that I know this might be an issue for you because I've heard you say in the past that you were in a relationship and all of a sudden somebody left and it made you feel a certain way. It's relating in that way where you're putting your heart out to them and saying, you know, I'm letting you know that all this is for me is that I'm probably a little bit introverted and I need that introverted moment. And I promise you that when I have that and I've gotten that, then we can just keep right on moving. And I'm not trying to, hold you down or hold you up or nothing like that. It's not going to take 5 years for me to figure this out. This isn't going to be something to figure out. I just need to, I don't know, go play basketball or something. Or I need to go and have a weekend with the girls. That's all. King of Swords energy here. This is you being yourself. This is you being in recognizing yourself. It's you being in your full power. It's you being in your full power. That's all I can say there. And that means you having the focus that you need. That means knowing for yourself what is going to bring the balance in the relationship and not depending on somebody else's needs or catering to somebody else's needs and not being able to fulfill your own. Because the relationship has to go both ways. Okay, you can't be totally focused on somebody else and not have some focus on yourself. That's all it is to it. And if somebody is that torn up about you needing a couple of days off, then that's not the relationship for you. Maybe it's not a good fit, right? Maybe they need to be off-boarded. Anything else for Aquarius, please, for the month of March? Anything else for my Aquarians for the month of March? All right, so this is saying like before you start all over again or before you, scratch the whole relationship off, then take this time that you need to really assess what's going to satisfy you in the relationship so that you can articulate that to your partner. Because sometimes it's about, this person is never going to be your one. And 9 times out of 10, you already know that one. But if it's somebody that you really love and care about and you really value the relationship, then before you, give up on it, then really give yourself that time out to really understand yourself and be able to say it to the other person. Because when you say it to them, when you are clear about it and you can say it to the other person with some level of clarity and care and love, then usually they can receive it, or it may just be that you need to talk through it a little bit until you get to that clarity. So, little bit of homework, but before you do it, take this time and get that done. Okay? That's for you. Okay? And you're number one in the relationship. If you are worn out in the relationship, then you can't give in it and you can't receive either. Okay? All right, Aquarius, that is your reading for March. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you listening. If you would like to go through the relationship map process, either by yourself or with your significant other or others, you can reach out to me at Carrie@wooingnature.life. And also, if you want a relationship reading, you can reach out to me through that same email, because that information is not on the website. You can follow Facebook, Instagram, Twitter for your daily dose of wooing nature. And as always, I hope you have a great day, and I hope you have a wonderful March, and I hope you're having a fabulous life.